Thank you for your time. My name is Betula, and this is Food for Thought. There's something I'd like to read to you. There is an indomitable quality within the human spirit that cannot be destroyed, a face deep within the human personality that is impregnable to all assaults. Chester Himes. The most important thing in life is to be true to ourselves, to never give up attempting to become the very finest version of what we wish to be, no matter how arduous that proves to be. Kilroy J. Ulster. You know, the greatest danger facing us is ourselves and the irrational fear of the unknown. There's no such thing as the unknown, only things temporarily hidden, temporarily not understood. The mysteries of life include the external and the internal conundrums that each person encounters in a world composed of competing ideologies and agents of change. Conflicting ideas include political, social, legal, and ethical concepts. Agents of change include environmental factors, social pressure to conform, aging, and the forces inside us that made us into whom we are, as well as the forces compelling us to be a different type of person. Kilroy J. Ulster. Your will to survive, your love of life, your passion to know, everything that is truest and best in all species of being has been revealed to you. Those are the qualities that make a civilization worthy to survive. Star Trek. Pain is temporary and yet inevitable. Don't be afraid. You don't have to suffer a single day. However, a person can prolong the pain and draw out the suffering for an entire lifetime. That is entirely up to you. Master yourself. Have no fear. I consistently find myself feeling as if I'm on a planet where I don't belong, trying to operate within a society and culture that does not make any sense, that demands so much of the general membership solely for survival, while these authorities and elitists are free from consequences of their behaviors. The pretend scarcity for the pretense of privilege. The more I understand, the more evident it is to me that we have been doing things wrong. Humans are so strange. We can climb mountains, explore the deepest oceans, travel to space, but for some reason, we can't move past this idea. We need political, financial, cultural, and religious overlords who can tell us what we can and cannot do with our own lives. Meditation is cultivating the potential to transcend your limited self, limited beliefs, and limited existence. It is stepping into the exciting territory of the limitlessness. Banani Ray. It was in the winter of my 15th year when it hit me. I was really alone. And there wasn't a hell of a lot of time left. Every laugh and touch that I could get became more important. Strangely, I became more bookish, and my home and study meant more to me. As I considered the circumstances of my death, I wanted to find a balance between joy and dignity on my way out. Above all, I didn't want to take any more shit. Not from anybody, Iggy Pop. Once you've accepted your flaws, no one can use them against you, George R.R. Martin. You have to have the fighting spirit. You have to force moves and take chances, Bobby Fischer. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength, Marcus Aurelius. Anyone can conquer anything, but the conquest of self frees the ego and rewards one with limitless boundaries. Val Uchendu. Flip a hard situation on its head, even when it seems impossible, especially when the essential thing in this life is not in the conquering, but in the fight. Bob Richards. Coffee spelled backwards is e-fock. Just know that I don't give e-fock until I've had my coffee. Most of us are afraid to find out for ourselves what is true and what is false. And that is why we merely accept that somebody else says. The important thing is to question, to observe, never to accept. Unfortunately, most of us only listen to those with whom we regard as great people, to be established authorities, to the Upanishads, to the Gita, the Bible, the Quran, or whatever it is. We never listen to the birds, to the sound of the sea, or to the beggar. So we miss what the beggar is saying, and there may be truth in what the beggar is saying, and none at all in what is said by the rich man or the man in authority. Jadua Krishnamurti. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, an intrinsic part of it. Ultimately, you are not a person, but a focal point where the universe is becoming conscious of itself. What an amazing miracle, Eckhart Tolle. Risk must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. Leo F. Buscaglia. A mind that has come to the stillness of wisdom shall know being, shall know what it is to love. Love is neither personal nor impersonal. Love is love. Not to be defined or described by the mind as exclusive or inclusive. Love is its own eternity. It is the real, the supreme, the immeasurable. Aldous Huxley. It takes courage to love, but pain through love is the purifying fire which those who love generously know. We all know people who are so much afraid of pain that they shut themselves up like clams in a shell and giving out nothing, receive nothing, and therefore shrink until life is merely a living death. Eleanor Roosevelt. We must learn that passively to accept an unjust system is to cooperate with that system and thereby to become participants in its evil. Martin Luther King Jr. There is this overwhelming sensation that's occurring deep inside of you. You question everything. You trust only a few people. You no longer believe in everything that was sold to you as a kid. You're looking for facts, for proof, and for undeniable consistencies. This is the proof that you are transforming, awakening. Don't fight it. Allow the energy to flow. Sylvester McNutt. The human spirit can be indomitable, and it is this rare quality that is not only to be expected that makes survivors of us all. The human race is in the grand scheme of things. Martha Gellhorn. The rebel is committed to giving a form and pattern to the world. It is the pattern born of the indomitable thrust of the human mind, the mind which makes out the mass of meaningless data in the world an order and a form. Rollo May. I believe the human spirit is indomitable. Monty Ohm. Learn to live without concern. For this you must know your own true being as indomitable, fearless, and even victorious. Once you know with absolute certainty that nothing can trouble you but your own imagination, you come to disregard your desires and fears, concepts and ideas, and live by truth alone. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Be open to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Some people, when they have taken too much and have been driven beyond the point of endurance, simply crumble and give up. There are others, though. There are not many who will, for some reason, always be unconquerable. You meet them in time of war and also in time of peace. They have an indomitable spirit, and nothing, neither pain, nor torture, nor threat of death, will cause them to give up. Roald Dahl. What interests me in life is curiosity, challenges, the good fight with its victories and defeats. Paulo Coelho. Knowledge is the food of the soul. Plato. And last are the few whose delight is in meditation and understanding, who yearn not for goods nor for victory, but for knowledge, who leave both market and battlefield to lose themselves in the quiet of clarity of secluded thought, whose will is a light rather than a fire, whose haven is not power but truth. These are the men of wisdom who stand aside, unused by the world. Will Durant. There is no one way to salvation. Whatever the manner in which a man may proceed, all forms and variations are governed by the eternal intelligence of the universe that enables a man to approach perfection. It may be in the arts of music and painting, or it may be in commerce, law, or medicine. It may be in the study of war or the study of peace. Each is as important as any other. Spiritual enlightenment through religious meditation such as Zen or in any other way is as viable and functional as any way. A person should study as they see fit. Miyamoto Musashi. A man does what he can until his destiny is revealed. The Last Samurai. I am too much of a skeptic to deny the possibility of anything. Thomas Henry Huxley. I believe in intuition and inspiration. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. It is, strictly speaking, a real factor in scientific research. Albert Einstein. Death is the principle of the highest order for a samurai. It is the source of spiritual power, the citadel of his unwavering spirit. Death will never fail you. It helps a samurai to follow the way. A.R. Basov, Spirit of the Warrior. The society that separates its scholars from its warriors will have its thinking done by cowards and its fighting done by fools. Thucydides. Study hard, and all things can be accomplished. Give up, and you will amount to nothing. Yamaoka Tasu, Samurai Master Swordsman. Thank you for your time.